How can you achieve and maintain business growth? Harvard Business School Executive Education is now accepting applications for a new program, Driving Profitable Growth, taking place in Boston from October 25th through the 28th. This program focuses on business expansion and organizational growth strategies that can lead your company into the future. Learn more about this 3-day program for senior leaders by visiting hbs.me/growth. That's hbs.me/growth.
Episode 855 of No BS Job Search Advice Radio. I'm your host, Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. It's Sunday of Labor Day weekend. I'm going to take tomorrow off. I'll be back on Tuesday with another show. And today's show and Tuesday's show is going to deal with final interviews. And although this one talks to employers, it has the secondary benefit for you as a job hunter where I offer possible answers for you to use with these questions. Hope you find the show helpful. I hope you enjoy Labor Day, and I hope you give the show 5 stars on iTunes and Stitcher. Now, if you need me for interview coaching or prep or any of my other services, listen to the end of the show. There's information about all the different things I can do to help you. So now let's get going. My background was in executive search, filled a lot of positions over the course of a 40-year career, and now I coach job hunters. I also coach employers about hiring, and, generally when I do video, it's for one side or the other. And today I thought I would do something that is really geared toward both of you, and to talk about Q&A for final interviews. And although it's themed toward employers, I think job hunters will get a lot of benefit from this as well. So that's why I titled this Final Interview Q&A for Employers and Job Hunters. So here's what I want you as an employer to do when someone comes in to meet with you. Whether you're bringing back 2 or 3 people, I want you to, or just one, I want you to say, this is going to be our final conversation, our final interview. And at the end of this, this process, I'm going to have a clear idea who I'm going to say yes or no to. And that's what my goal is. So, I want you to be completely transparent. And at the same time, Ms. or Mr. Employer, I want you to start working in places where you can start getting commitment from the job hunter, because I want you to have a choice. And for a job hunter, I say to you, you want to know where you stand with an employer, right? You don't want to feel like, you're left up in the air about their thoughts. So knowing that they're going to be making a decision and it's not going to drag on for weeks is huge. And if it does drag out for weeks, I'll simply say, you've learned something about this employer and their decision process, that they're always going to find it difficult to make a choice. And employers, that's the message that you send to people. I think it's very useful for you to hear that. So once you've done this, Ms. or Mr. Employer, I want you to say to them something. I think there's a great starting off question. Do you completely understand the job description? I think that's a great question to start off with, because I think there are always nuances that a job hunter doesn't know and that they can ask you about. But let's say they say yes. Okay, give me 3 reasons why you would be a great choice. Becomes your follow-up question to that. And folks, if you're a job hunter, you better have some reasons for that and not just simply go, I would be a loyal employee. I would be a good puppy. No, you want to have 3 practical reasons to tie into the job as you understand it to be. From there, if you're an employer, I would say, what are your thoughts and concerns about the role? Now, there's always some sort of a question mark that a job hunter has. You don't want them walking in and saying, no, I understand everything, every last detail. I really, that's not being a human being. That's BS. It's the kind of BS that job hunters have been trained to give. You want a real person there with whom you can have a conversation and trust. So we've started off with, do you understand the job description? Give me 3 reasons why you would be a great choice, and what are your thoughts and concerns? So here's a left field question I think is a good one. Tell me about 3 people you like and respect most, and what is it about these 3 people? Now, this is a character check because what you want to do is understand their values. So if they, a lot of people, for many reasons, including cultural reasons, will talk about their parents, their grandparents, and you respect that choice. Don't diminish it in any way. And then from there, listen to them. But what you're really listening to is the values that they place upon the choice, not who the person is. I want you to listen past who the person is to the values that are represented. And job hunters, that's a huge piece for you. Understand what your values are. So when you join an employer, it isn't just about the money. You want to demonstrate yourself as a human being with character. As an employer, you want to ask about a person's long-term goals. You want them to be forthright with you. If you've seen some of my other videos, one of the questions I picked up from Reid Hoffman is, okay, what do you want your next job to be? I think it's a great question to ask. So this involves long-term goals, and it's really the same question disguised in a different way. Because employers, they're not going to be there for the next 20 years, right? Let's get real. You're not going to be there for the next 20 years. So why would you expect them to think in those terms? Employers don't allow people to do that for many reasons. So, I want you to ask and job hunters be able to answer what your long-term goals are. A variation is, okay, so let's say I don't choose you or we don't get together on this job. What would you plan on doing next? What sort of choices would you make for yourself? What would you be looking for? And what you're looking for are people who might deviate from the role that you have outlined to them. And it's a little bit of a trick. So, for example, I'm going to pick an obvious black and white question. If you are interviewing for a sales position and their next choice of options would be for a non-sales role, you don't want to hire them, right? So you're looking for those offbeat type of choices that would cause them to signal to you that they're just doing this for the money. Employers, you want to lay out what your standards for their performance are, what your expectations are, because normally that isn't really addressed. I wish it was, but a lot of people don't address it. And finally, I think there's a question you should ask as an employer that as a job hunter you need to be prepared for. Do you want us to move forward? Why? I think those together as your final question will go a long way toward indicating whether or not this person is really interested in your role. I think a lot of people go to final interviews and they're really ambivalent. They want the offer, but they aren't completely sold on it. If you look at these questions, whether you're an employer or job hunter, what they're designed to do is find out more about a person and their values. Demonstrate that they understand what the roles are, or the role is, and what your expectations of them are. And thus, when it comes time to making a decision, you have a more whole picture of who this person is and whether they could be a good choice. Now, deciding between multiple people that are really close, that's for a different time. But I thought these would be good questions for you as an employer to look at and for job hunters for you to think of in advance so you're prepared for. So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, here's a few ways that I can be of help to you. First of all, if you're interested in one-on-one coaching from me, help with interview preparation, or with assistance on a salary negotiation, email me at jeffaltman@thebiggamehunter.us. In the subject line, tell me what it's about, coaching, interview prep, salary negotiation, whatever it is, just put it in the subject line, and in the body, just tell me what's going on, and we'll schedule a time to speak. Next, if you're interested in resume and LinkedIn profile reviews, critiques and such, or a job search makeover where I review every aspect of what you've been doing in your search and try and help you make corrective action one time, you can find out about it at my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us. Look for the tab on top that indicates the kind of service that you want. Click through, place the order, and we'll get to work right away. And there's always JobSearchCoachingHQ.com, where I have curated information that you can watch, listen to, or read that's going to help you find work more quickly. Plus, through the site, for one price, you can also ask me questions as well. Again, that site is JobSearchCoachingHQ.com. I'll be back with more soon, and in the meantime, have a great day. Take care.
What you doing?
Ran out of space on my phone, so I'm deleting some stuff. Bye, singing dog. Bye, goal.
I pronounce you.
Bye, wedding ceremony.
Stop. At Metro PCS, you get 2 free phones with twice as much memory.
Really?
Don't say bye to your memories. Switch to Metro PCS and get 2 free LG K20 Plus phones with 32 gigs when you switch 2 lines. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figured out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network. See store for details and terms and conditions.
What you doing?
Ran out of space on my phone, so I'm deleting some stuff. Bye, singing dog. Bye, goal.
I pronounce you.
Bye, wedding ceremony.
Stop. At Metro PCS, you get 2 free phones with twice as much memory.
Really?
Don't say bye to your memories. Switch to Metro PCS and get 2 free LG K20 Plus phones with 32 gigs when you switch 2 lines. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figured out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network. See store for details and terms and conditions.